Rachel also goes about it in a far from perfect way, doesn't she, in stealing her father's household gods in verse 19. And I think it's safe to take it from this story that Rachel in some way trusted these gods. She was looking for them to some way to do her good. It's obvious that she feels very bitter towards her father Laban for the way that he's treated her. But if she just wanted to get a bit of revenge on him, she could have just smashed them up or hidden them or thrown them away. But she didn't just do that, did she? She took them with her, which I think shows us that she hoped to get some benefit from them. And again, we can understand this, can't we? After all, Laban was a winner in life, wasn't he? I guess if he lived in 21st century London, he would have lived in a penthouse on the top of the Shard or something like that. He would have been in Canary Wharf in the fabbest possible flat. He was the kind of guy on the TV that is always winning. He's always one step ahead of his business competitors, always knowing how to maximize his profit. Our hearts are easily drawn to envy of those kind of people, aren't they? Even though we suffer perhaps at the hands of their business practices. But our hearts are easily drawn to envy their money, the things that make them successful, the things that make them win in life, perhaps even their gods, as Rachel was here. And yet, of course, it wasn't the right thing to do. Laban rightfully feels, I think, in verse 30, that she's stolen from him. She's robbed what he had, what belonged to him. And then we get this kind of agonizing centerpiece of this story, don't we, in verses 32 to 35, where Jacob says, look, if anyone's taken your gods, they won't live. He doesn't realize that Rachel has them. And there's this heart-stopping moment in the middle of the story that Daniel was reading just there, where Laban's sort of going through all their stuff. He's like patting through all their stuff. And you're just thinking, oh no, is he going to find them? What's going to happen? He goes through Leah's tent, he goes through Rachel's tent. And it's only because Rachel makes up this thing about having her period that he doesn't find them. And we just think, phew, oh my goodness, that was so close. I think that's supposed to show us, isn't it, that actually far from helping her, the household gods have just become a liability to her. Rather than helping her, they just put her life in danger in this story. When she, of all people, shouldn't she have known from what she'd seen that the Lord had been protecting and providing for her? So I think that is the real nub of this story, actually, that Jacob and Rachel fail to trust God fully. And yet the wonderful thing about this story is that God continues to look after them and provide for them anyway.